Well, we are back again. We are just have jumped into April, this April 1st, and I'm doing the first video. Last one I've done, I think, was February, March. And the reason I'm a little late on this is because I've been kind of reworking the newsletter, trying to rework the system. And really, for the reason for that is I want to make sure you get the absolute newest information on the market, and you can get it real time. So I'll talk about it in a second. So one thing you're going to see, I'm not sure if you're getting my newsletter, which looks like this. Let me bring it up really quick if I can show it to you. So it kind of looks like this, right? This is a new newsletter right here. So one thing that you're going to have is you're going to have ability. If you're just looking to see what sold, what didn't sell, you can simply just scan this QR code right here, or if it's you Discovery Hills, scan this here, and you're going to go and look at whatever you want to look at as far as what has sold. If you're looking at obviously you're looking at the video, you probably hit this QR code. In this one, you get a commentary from me, and ultimately when you do this, you're going to end up coming to a page that kind of looks like this here. It's a Welcome to San Marcos community page, and you're going to see it's kind of split, right? You got the northern San Marcos, which are part of Santa Fe Hills, anything north of Mission, and also on the other side is going to be Discovery Hills, right? Things right there around Kaiser, off Craven, be Discovery Hills, Tesoro, Ranch, or Rancho Tesoro, I should say. Buena Vida is a nice community there, and as Rosemont as well. So we'll kind of cover that. And it'll extend to other communities, but we tried to focus on that. So when you hit the big QR code that I just showed you, you're going to end up, so when you scan this, you're going to end up there, and from there you can kind of go in wherever you want to go. Before I jump into our topics today, I want to talk about some of the new things that are happening. So I brought in for a limited time a concierge program. So if your home needs some work done and you're strapped for cash, but you really like to get something done, we'll actually offer you up to $25,000 to prepare your home for the market. Nothing out of pocket, actually. We'll take care of it at the end, because ultimately it's kind of your opportunity, if you think about it, to flip your own home, right? You can look at it that way. So that's here. So if you have that situation, you may want to call me, talk to me. Also, a lot of people that just want to sell as is. People do sometimes. They're getting a home. Somebody passed away. It's an inheritance. Sometimes it's in really bad shape. Maybe it was a rental. Just want to basically get the best possible price. They can scan this as a scan for a cash offer right here, as you can see, and we'll provide up to 3 cash offers for your property. Okay, I get to come in, take a look at it, and really tell you what you are to expect. So that's all I want to say about this. Again, 2 codes here. If you want to go specifically look at what's sold, just scan this and you're going to take you right there. Okay, I think that's it for now. So let me go ahead and bring myself back here. Here I am. All right, so let me just start from the beginning. So real estate market, right? Real estate market always is driven by mortgage rates, and because that kind of dials in your affordability. Higher the mortgage rates, higher payment for the same type of house, and if it gets high enough, there's less and less people that will able to jump into the market and buy, right? So the situation is, yes, we've dropped to about 6.65 or so. This is towards the end of the 27th. I think it's about the same still. And like I said, at some point, you can see here we were almost actually at 7%. This was about January time, mid-January. So we've kind of come down, as you see, as the stock market drops down, there's more fear. So a lot of people will sell their stocks and they'll put money in bonds, which are loans really, right? Loaning to government. And when that happens, usually the interest rates will dip down as well, because it's easier to get people to invest into bonds or any kind of credit. So with that said, what I want to say about the market, like I said, the market is still strong. So if you look at it, if you go from center to the right, for example, if you can imagine a gauge, you'll have a seller's market, and going from that center to the left, you're going to have kind of a buyer's market, right? We are still in a seller's market. Don't get me wrong. We're still in a decent seller's market. However, and I looked at us yesterday, we have about 30% more listings than we had, let's say 6 months ago, right? And probably a year ago, it's probably about 15 to 20% more listings than we had a year ago. And I think a lot of people were sitting on the sidelines waiting for maybe rates to come down, whatever they wanted to do to maybe put their home on the market. So what I'm seeing is a lot of people have decided to just do it now, right? Maybe they're moving out of the area in a different state, and they have enough equity where they think they can sell, get enough cash out of it to buy somewhere else for cash, right? Or they have enough equity to get enough money to buy somewhere else for cash. So they're really not concerned with the interest rates, which makes sense. The other situation we have older people who are, like I said, they just need to go maybe to a living facility or something like this, and they're selling as well. Divorces, all those things that are common that we're seeing right now. That's primarily who's selling right now. We also see people downsizing. Maybe they've been in a big house, maybe they're 55 to 65. They've been in a big house. They want to get some smaller. They have enough equity in their home. They can sell that and actually buy something for more or less cash. So they're not really sensitive to rates. I hope that all makes sense. So what does that all mean? All means that the market is still in really good shape. For people who are expecting some kind of a crash, well, I'm not sure what to tell you. I don't see it because, as I mentioned to you before in other videos, in order for a crash to happen, you have to have two elements. Number one, you have to have people under, they have to be obviously owe to the bank more than what the home is worth, right? Or upside down their home. We don't have the situation. So even if they're distressed, right? In most cases, if they're distressed, they have enough equity in their home that they can put the home on the market and sell it as, a conventional means. So we're not looking at foreclosures or anything like this. Yes, their people are behind. Some people lost their jobs. They're strapped for credit, whatever they need. And like sometimes we get calls on cash offers. They want to get a cash offer. They need money ASAP, and they want to get it sold, and whatever. They need to pay people off, whatever the situation is. But in most cases, I don't see a crash happening. I just don't see it. There's no reason for it. The structure is not there. I think everybody who's in a house can, they're fairly low rates, and I think they're just going to hold on to the house unless they need to sell it. And again, when do they need to sell it? Let's say it's the divorce situation, right? There's going to be, they need to basically sell and divide the assets. It's going to be a situation again when there's someone that's, getting to the point where they can't take care of themselves, so they have to go to some kind of a senior citizen facility or, assisted living facility. Those are happening as well. And also, again, one more time, people who are maybe passed away. So people have, their heirs got their house and they want to sell it. So this is primarily what I'm seeing. But again, there's plenty of buyers. After you get, I'd say up to about 1.7, 1.8, when you cross 1.8, that layer of buyers gets thinner. So there's less people that are looking. Well, there's less available people looking. But I think if you're under 1.5, 1.7, you are in good shape. You really are in good shape, right? So the market overall is really good. Really good. Sorry here. The market overall is really, really good. It's just a matter of, sorry about that. So the market overall is really good for sellers. If you are going to move, like I said, buyers are out there shopping. The rates are slightly down, so there's plenty of people shopping. But you have to make sure your home looks really, really good, right? It looks attractive. And again, I'm going to bring this in as I always bring this in every time because I cannot escape this. One thing you always have to remember, you want to get things done really quickly, right? You want to get it done within a week. And if you are understanding how time impacts your perceived value and how it literally destroys perceived value, you probably want to check with me and find out more about our In72 program or our over the weekend sale where we get everybody in at the same time. We do within the first few days in the market. We want to get everybody in at the same roof. We want to get the buyers excited, right? You want to have excitement going. You also want to make sure you have some kind of a interest, right? Raise the interest. We want to be able to raise the competition between the buyers and really get you the best possible offer during the time when your chance of getting that right here is at its highest. Because the longer you continue in the market, and especially with more listings coming out now, people are going to focus on different stuff, right? They're going to forget you. Now, what's going to happen at this point, you're probably going to end up having to lower your price, and you're probably going to have to sell the house for less than you could have if you sold it, if it was here. Let me see if I can make it bigger here. So you're probably going to sell it for less if you could have sold it right around here, right? Right around this area. Because anything here with listings coming up, more coming on the market, right? People care about the new stuff. Because when something's been sitting in the market for a while, they want to know what's wrong with it. They probably think it's overpriced, and you're probably going to get lowball offers rolling in. It's not an ideal situation to be in. So we try to avoid that as much as possible, right? So again, selling and being very efficient and very effective is really the bottom line. What else do I want to talk about San Marcos? I think that's pretty much it. If you want to hear more about your specific area, be it Santa Fe Hills area or the area that's south of Craven or around Craven, Discovery Hills, Discovery Meadows areas, and all the other neighborhoods I mentioned, just go ahead, click if you're on a website to that particular site, and you'll get more information where I will look at a few different listings for you and kind of talk about it. But overall, the market is strong. You're doing great. If you have a home that needs some work, call and find out about our $25,000 concierge program. We're really kind of front the money for you. And ultimately, if you want a cash offer, you just want to sell the house as is. Maybe you rented it out before and it's in pretty bad shape, and it's going to take a lot of money. You just want to get a fair cash offer, feel free to hit me up as well. So I'm going to end it with this. Like I said, we are entering the second quarter of this year. I can't believe how quickly it moved, but we're here. I want to thank you again for stopping by and listening to this jabber for a bit here. Hopefully I'm making sense. I'm giving you information that's going to be helpful for you. And if you think this information is helpful, please hit the subscribe button, share this with people, because like I said, this information applies to any areas, period, because I have listings in San Marcos. That's where we focus, but we have areas and other areas as well, right? Sabre Springs, Scripps, we have a listing there. So we're kind of all over the place. As the old saying goes, a good doctor is wanted everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to sign off. Thank you again for checking this out, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.